Hi, Mark. Where are you?
I'm here, right opposite you.
And what are you planning on doing next?
Going to review a film.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not. I'm going to review a television program.
Well, okay. Tell us about the television program.
Okay, so on Sky Max, there is this thing, The Unofficial Science of Home Alone, which we have now mentioned several times.
We have.
Home Alone, the 1990 comedy written by John Hughes, directed by Chris Columbus, who, of course, then started the Harry Potter movies. It was the second highest grossing film of the year behind Ghost, the year it came out, and the highest grossing live action comedy until The Hangover 2.
Wow.
I know. Wow.
Really?
Weird. Macaulay Culkin is Kevin, a kid who gets left home alone when his parents go on holiday.
Oh,
They pack all the luggage and this is the thing, and then there's all the stuff about the blah, 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 blah. Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern are the people who try to break into the house, only to be thwarted by Kevin with booby traps. Incidentally, Home Alone is preceded by a 1989 French film, I mentioned this in Secrets of Cinema, called 3615 Code Père Noël, which has a young boy attempting to protect his home from an invader dressed as Santa Claus, which clearly you could see as being some kind of predecessor to Home Alone, and there was allegations of plagiarism. Also, Home Alone owes a debt to Sam Peckinpah's West Country Western Straw Dogs, in which Susan George and Dustin Hoffman are holed up in a house in Cornwall, which is being besieged, which they then have to kind of fend off the invaders with DIY.
Is it because they got it's their second home and they need to get out?
No,
because of house prices.
Although weirdly enough, the house that they filmed it in is now a rentable place.
Okay,
so actually, yeah, God, what a strange thing. Anyway, so now Guz Khan and James Acaster are in a replica of the Home Alone house, and the premise is that they are there to find out how dangerous the booby traps set by Kevin really are.
Well, they are very.
And to find out if there's any way of getting around them. So, the question is, is being hit in the face with a tin bucket, is that dangerous? Yes. Is being electrocuted dangerous? Yes. Here's a TENS machine to see what a little electrocution sounds like. Is falling off a zip wire? Absolutely. Here's a clip from The Unofficial Science of Home Alone.
So we need to test each trap, find out what damage it would do in real life, figure out how science can help us survive it, then test it out for real at the end of the show.
The fact you even want to try them is slightly foolhardy. To do these as you would see them in the film, it's incredibly dangerous.
How dangerous? Scale of 1 to 10.
10. These are lethal.
10?
You didn't even have to think about
10.
that. Straight to 10.
Risk to life, yeah.
Risk to life 10.
Those traps are deadly. Where do you want to begin?
4 words. Blowtorch to the head.
Dr. Zoe Loughlin, I believe, was your expert there.
And of course, I immediately went, blowtorch to the head. That's 5 words. Oh no, blowtorch is 1 word. But then that's just me. Meanwhile, Alex Brooker goes to the US, meets Daniel Stern, also meets the stunt guy who does many of the memorable pratfalls, including
Daniel Stern playing who was Merv in
Marv.
Is it Marv?
Him.
One of them.
Including the pratfall of the full back fall when your feet slip right up and you come back down, which they refer to in the program as the Home Alone fall. Which I had always. You and I did a piece some time ago when there was a documentary that came out about Buster Keaton. Do you remember this? You interviewed. The very, very famous person.
Buster Keaton. I interviewed Buster Keaton.
You interviewed Buster Keaton. But because he was a silent movie star, he didn't say anything.
Yeah, it was great. One of my great interviews.
And we were talking about the mechanic, Peter Bogdanovich. We were talking about that didn't come, nobody said that in my head, incidentally. My head just found that.
Of course.
We were talking about the way in which the slapstick of Buster Keaton is extraordinary because it looks like you are going to get, it's funny because it apparently has, it's like a cartoon logic to it. Unbelievably dangerous and, physical things happen to Buster Keaton. And then he carries on, and that's what makes slapstick funny. Of course, if you read about the histories of Buster Keaton and Harold Lloyd and all the rest of it, you find that during many of those stunts, they did actually injure themselves quite badly, but being troopers, they just carried on. So slapstick is funny because it's physical and because it's a kind of physical version of a cartoon, and it goes back to the very, very earliest silent cinema, and I love slapstick, and I like Home Alone very much because I like a good bit of slapstick. It is, however, no surprise to learn that almost everything that happens in Home Alone is lethally dangerous. That, in a way, that's the point of slapstick. The point of slapstick is it's the dang, it's the anvil being dropped on Wile E. Coyote's head. It's, Tom and Jerry and Tom running into an island.
Violence, isn't it? Yeah.
Precisely so. So in a way, the kind of premise of the unofficial science of Home Alone, how much of this stuff would be dangerous? Well, all of it.
Yes.
How can we get around some of it? Well, in the case of electrocution, wear rubber gloves, or don't break into Kevin's house, which seems to me to be what I'd like somebody to do is the unofficial science of straw dogs and see whether it would actually have been possible for Dustin Hoffman and Susan George to have seen off the invaders in deepest, darkest Cornwall, armed only with some nails and a pan of boiling water.
My guess is no one's going to be making that for Christmas.
No, my guess is that's not going to happen.
Anytime
Although I did make a
soon.
very good documentary about straw dogs called Man Trap.
I look forward to accessing that on a channel of...
It's on YouTube.
Is it? Oh, okay. I'll look forward to finding it on YouTube.
Meanwhile, the unofficial science of Home Alone is on Sky Max.
Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. While you're here, check out all the other videos because they're cool too, aren't they?
Yeah, and if you want to keep up to date with everything Kermode and Mayo's take, then check out our social channels.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I mean, I would. I have done.
Excellent.